Hello everybody, my name is Carla Ortiz and today I'm going to be going over chapter 5, which is logical consequences. Logical consequences is a method of classroom management that was developed by Rudolf Draker. And he had three major points in his theory. The first one is he believed that students misbehave in motivation to get recognized by their peers and teachers. And for this part, there are four goals of misbehaving in the classroom that we're going to be going over with. The second one, he believed that discipline should not be a punishment. And number three, this gives students responsibility. So like I was saying, there are four goals of misbehavior in the classroom. And this is so crucial that we know as teachers, so we can point out what kind of behavior the student is doing in the classroom and how we're going to resolve the problem in the classroom. I don't think you guys can see this in the back. Let me bring it a little bit closer. This is the four behaviors that you're going to be seeing in the classroom. So this is good for seeing what kind of behavior the student is doing in the classroom. So for the first one is attention seeking. So the first one is attention seeking. And this is where the student feel part of the classroom when they're giving attention. So this is pretty much the class clown, the teacher's pet. They want attention all the time. So later on, we're going to be talking about how we're going to be managing this situation. But for now, I just want you to know the four behaviors first and what is it. And then later, we're going to talk about how we're going to fix the problem in the classroom. So that's the first one, attention seeking. Number two is power seeking, and this is when the students feel part of the classroom when he's controlling the teacher or his peers. So the student is going to be contradicting what the teacher is saying. They're going to have a temper tantrum. So it's going to be becoming a problem in the classroom that they want to be the above for the teacher. They want to get all of the attention. And this is when the teacher is going to start getting mad and pissed, but we have to like stay calm. And there's going to be solutions for that too. Number three is revenge seeking. And this is when the student feel left out. And so they strike out on the teacher or their peers around this. So this will be like a bully in the classroom. They're going to be aggressive. We have to be really careful with this one. Because of course, if they're being aggressive in the classroom, students are not going to be feeling safe in the class. It's going to interrupt the classroom and whatever you're going to be teaching. So this one's really important to know how we're going to manage. And number four is failure avoid. And this is when the student feel incapable of doing anything in the classroom. It's always sleeping, it's always daydreaming. They feel like they can achieve nothing in the classroom. And they just feel like they're just going to fail the class. And there are ways that we can fix that problem. So these are the four misbehaviors in the classroom: attention seeking, power seeking, revenge, and failure avoid. So how we're going to change this behavior and how we're going to manage it in the classroom if it's happening, because this behavior can cause a lot of problems in the classroom. It can interrupt your learning what you're trying to teach the students. So there's different ways that we can manage it in the classroom. So this will be how to react. Okay, so when the first one, we're talking about attention seeking, is when the students, they want all the attention. They're the class clown, the teacher's pet. So we have to provide a signal. Okay, usually if a student is trying to get attention, one way that you can fix the problem is that you look at them, give them a signal that you're still giving the class the lesson. But as soon as you give them the signal, like they know what they have to do, that they need to stop what they're doing. You don't want to like stop the class to tell them sit down, like, because you're just giving attention to that person. That's what they want. We don't want to give that attention to them. Just give them a signal so they can stop what they're doing. So power seeking is when the student wants to be above you and is doing a lot of things in the classroom. So how we're going to fix the problem? Do not get involved. That's the number one thing you cannot do. That's what they want. I know you're going to get mad and they just want to say a lot of things, but as soon as you get involved, you're already giving that attention to them. You're going to give that power to them. You cannot get involved. You have to ignore them, because they're going to like realize when you ignore them, that they don't have the power, that they have to sit down, that they have to pay attention in the classroom. It can be kind of difficult depending on the student, but since we're dealing with little kids, this method is going to work really well. Just do not get involved when the student trying to be over you. They're going to contradict what you're saying. You're just trying to like avoid it, calm down. Revenge seeking is when, remember, the student is being a bully, they're being aggressive in the class. So how we're going to manage this? Talk about their behavior. Talk to them. Find out like why they're being like this. So use different strategies to them. You know, this is really important that you have to fix this as soon as possible, because we don't want our students to feel unsafe and uncomfortable in the classroom. And for the last one, failure seeking. This is when the student is feeling like they cannot achieve anything in the classroom. They feel that they're not capable to do anything socially or academically. We should be really concerned about this. Usually you can always like walk around the classroom, touch their shoulder if they're sleeping, like try to get their attention somehow. But usually you should talk to them, find out what's the problem, what making them feel this way. Talk to them privately. You don't have to do it in the classroom, but at the end of the class, just talk to them like, what's going on? Are you okay? If they need extra help, that's where you have to come in and help them out. This should be crucial in every classroom. It's going to be hard in the beginning, like knowing what kind of goals, misbehavior the students are having. But these are the 4 major goals that you're going to be seeing in the classroom. So what should we do when these are happening in the classroom and you're trying to like help the student to not be all over the place? Like I said in the second point, Draker, I think that was his name. He said that discipline should not be a punishment. When we're in class and we're teaching, you shouldn't be giving punishment to the class, like to the student, because they're going to take it against you, and that's not what we want. We want to teach them responsibility for their actions, like tell them why they receive like that consequence. Okay, with logical consequence, it is important that we not use punishment. Instead, we should use a method that advances the social order. And you're thinking, what is social order? Social order rules that must be learned and followed in order for a classroom to be a caring place for learning and growing in the class. Now, logical consequences. Discuss with the student as to why they receive these consequences. That's the main point. Talk to the student why they receive this consequence. You don't try to punish them. You're trying to change their behavior. At the beginning, it's going to be hard, but your goal as a teacher is to change those behaviors from bad to good, so the classroom can flow easier, so the student can grow and can be having a good environment so they can learn in the classroom. And it will also help us out to know what we're doing. So remember, the 4 behaviors in the classroom was the attention seeking, the revenge, the power, and the failure. So we have to know this by heart and know what we're going to be doing next. So just remember these 4 behaviors and how you're going to manage that when you have your own classroom, because of course it's not always going to be pretty. It's going to be like everything's going to be smooth in the classroom. There are going to be students that they can be more complicated, but it is okay. That's what we're here for, to help them out, to teach them to be better. So yeah, this is overview of chapter 5, which was logical consequences. And if you guys have any questions, you can always write it down and I will be happier to answer any questions that you guys may have. Thank you and have a great day.